Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today, taking a look at the Transformers, Spawn, Cyber Wars, Mecha Spawn, brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, and much like the good old Deviant Spawn before him, took a look-see at him either yesterday or earlier today, depending on when this gets posted. This guy is from the McFarlane Toys 30th Anniversary Collection, and I thought was going to be a highly articulated figure, but it kind of falls more in line with the Raw 10 stuff in that it's a big chunky figure with some articulation, but it's a piece I'm still happy to have, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if, well, he at least had freaking elbow joints. We'll get into that. He does come with a collectible trading card. Bio on the back. That does it for the collectible trading card. But I wasn't going to do it this time, did you? But, yeah, Mecha Spawn. Let's just get right into it. This thing is kind of a brick. He does come with a stand, but you don't really need it. He's pretty stable on his own. But yeah, this thing is kind of a brick. Does not have a lot of articulation, and especially in the elbows. If you try to bend those, you're just gonna warp stuff, and that sucks, because this is some straight up Kenner, Hasbro, whoever made them, small soldier shit right here. This is clearly a sculpted elbow joint, but it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. I do more nothing than this thing. Like, this is ridiculous. He's got like a separate piece for his head, but it does nothing. Like, you can kind of wiggle it just a little bit, and that's all you get. These pieces in his back come out. If it weren't for storage purposes, I'd probably have the old man glue those in, but they kind of look like Doc Ock tentacles, like right down to the three-pronged claws and the almost ribbed nature of the hoses, but I'm not entirely sure what these are supposed to be. One stays in a little tighter than the other. They do kind of fall out, but due to the angle, it's nothing that, it doesn't bother me that much. It stays in there for the most part. But as far as actual articulation goes, I'll just take that one off. His arms are on ball joints. They will rotate forward and back. They will kind of butterfly back and forth as well. It is a single ball joint, but it's got some detents in there. Then you do get a little bit of a hinge out of that. The pauldrons are gonna, affect it, as well as these little things on his back, but you do get some range out of that, so that's nice. You get a bicep twist, and you get a swivel in the wrist. These wrists are so oddly designed, I'm not entirely sure how they were going to do that otherwise. Like, maybe give him jointed fingers, but I think that's asking a bit much. Cygor didn't even have those, and he was bigger. He's got these little repulsors on his wrists, or his hands. That's pretty cool. As far as the torso goes, he actually gets pretty good range. You can rotate this all the way around. He can bend back. He can bend forward. He can tilt side to side. Like, he gets pretty good range out of this thing. It's not bad at all. But it just kind of sucks that he's got a really good torso joint, and then his arms are kind of limited, especially with no elbow joint. But his hips are V-cuts. They just move up and down. And that's bogus, because I think they could have easily fit something in there. Especially if this was like an overlay, like a diaper piece. He does also have single jointed knees that do rotate. And then he's got hollow lower legs. I really wish there was a base plate glued into the bottom of this, if anything. I imagine the old version doesn't have that, because there is an older version of this character. So I'm not 100% sure if this is a reissue of that same figure, or if this is new. I want to say it's new, because I doubt they gave that old one knee joints. I bet that thing didn't have any articulation whatsoever in the knees. So I like to believe that it's newer, especially since it's got the more less fragile McFarlane plastic that they've been using. It's like the very nice, durable PVC we're used to seeing from this company nowadays. But yeah, it does suck that this really cool looking character is just kind of limited to standing there or doing, you know, basic posing. Extremely basic posing. Because I would have loved to have really pushed this guy to the limit and see what I could do for a pose, but I can only do what the joints allow, people. I can only do what the joints allow. And what the joints allow me to do, it ain't much. So putting him back. I don't know why I went full-blown white trash redneck there, but what do you want for free? There he is. We'll wrap this up. We'll bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's brother Mandibula. He's definitely like a thick, chunky figure. I mean, he's got some size to him, but different sense. He's not the tallest thing ever. He's very short. Very short indeed, because next to the infamous Uncle Spawn, even at the top of his pointy point on his head there, he is short. He's very small. He kind of reminds me of Cannonbolt from Ben 10, you know? Or one of the Decepticons from Age of Extinction. I just see this guy rolling up into a little ball and just wrecking shit, you know? But maybe someday we'll get a Mega Fig of this guy. I think the manga spawn they did as a Mega Fig scale was really flippin' cool, and I'd love to see this design that way. Maybe in the Spawn colors instead of this red and white, because it really don't look like Spawn at this point. It just looks like a red and white robot. But at any rate, with that being said, I think it is time now that we move right along and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and despite the fact that good old Mecha Spawn from ye old Cyber Wars is severely lacking in any useful articulation, we'll say, especially when it comes to the elbows. That's just in the book of Overlord's do not do's, as far as I'm concerned. I have to be honest in saying that despite its shortcomings, and there are quite a few, I do thoroughly enjoy this figure. Not only does it remind me of the Michael Bay Transformers universe, which, if you guys know me, that's what got me into Transformers, so I am partial to that. But also, I think it fits more in line with the Raw 10 stuff McFarlane was doing a few years ago, like the Cygor, the Pterodon, the Velociraptors, and the Snake. I think he would look great with those. He's a very fun figure. However, as far as being a highly articulated, collectible action figure goes, I don't think that's his strong suit. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.